Hello new friends, welcome to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The game has been out for a couple, 3 weeks. I was lucky enough to get it on launch day. I just got a capture card over the holidays, and so I've been thinking about doing some, some basic how to play certain characters and just basic tips and tricks for this game. Eventually I'll go into more actual gameplay, maybe with some other people that I know online, etc. I'm also hoping to do some other games, this will be a series, and I'm hoping to maybe play some other games in the future, because I'm hoping that videos will begin to start up again, because we've been really busy, and I've been really busy, so I've been hoping to start videos. So we're gonna start with Link, and if you're new to the channel, you'll know that I played Link, I made Link, I've made him forever, and so I know him really, really well, especially in this game. So we're gonna start the how-to, tips and tricks type of thing with Link. So we're gonna start the game, we're gonna go into the game here, and we're gonna just do some Link training. Okay, so Link in this game, in my opinion, is a lot better than he was in the game before it, this one, in Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U. He's a lot faster, I think, and a lot of his attacks are faster. If you see here, doing his 3 normal, if you just press the normal A fight button 3 times, this is what he does. Right? You can do it slower. If you click the button slowly, you can do it quickly. If you do it like that, there's a lot of different things to do. He's got that. His 3, just all you have to do is press the A button 3 times, like that. He's got his side smash, or he's got his side tilt like that. He does up tilt, which is that, where you slightly tilt your joystick, not all the way up so that you jump, or not all the way up so that you do a smash attack. You just put it slightly up and it'll go in that direction. You can do that for the back one, and then he'll do it this way too. There's down tilt like that, and he's also got a smash attack where if you flick in a certain direction and then hold the button, the attack button, you will charge up, and you will charge up for a certain amount of time, and then you'll release. Okay, so that's his up smash. His side smash attack is this, and also if you're at 0%, you notice that there's that little beam thing that comes out of my sword here. That thing will only show up if you're at 0% damage or at maximum stamina if you're doing a stamina battle. So that is something to be aware of. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it can help to start good combos. Like that, which was sort of a combo, but not really. Okay, so with Link, he's got his down smash as well, which is this, and the side smash. If you hit the first time, you can press the button again, and you'll do a second attack. You'll do 2 things like this. You can just do this if you want to, but you can also do this. Okay. He also has his 4 special attacks. He got the bow and arrow, which he had in the last game. He got the boomerang, which he had in the game before this, but this one doesn't have the tornado, the gale thing. It's not the gale boomerang, it's just a regular boomerang, which actually means it will launch farther and has a little bit better control. So honestly, you can if you just aim forward, it will shoot forward. If you do the side, this is the side special, and then if you do the side and then go straight up on the joystick, it'll go up a little, and if you go straight down, it'll bounce off the ground if you're near the ground, but if you're in the air, it'll go down a little bit, like this. And it's really good, especially for edge guarding, because you can do that. Up. So that was his up B, by the way. This is his recovery, and you can also do it on the ground. It's a quick little sword spin, and it's actually really effective because it has a 360-degree hit. So it's really nice, and it gets you pretty high up into the air if you need it, and it does a fair bit of damage if they're at high percentages. And his final special, which is his down special, is these remote bombs. These bombs are actually different from 4, or Smash 4, which is what we call it, which is if you just threw it and it hit something, it would kill. Right? But the thing, it would explode, whether it got hit or it just ran out of time. This thing does run out of time eventually, but it takes 30 seconds for it to stop, and basically you can just throw it and then you have to press the button, the down special again to detonate the bomb. And it has some serious launching power. And because you can detonate it basically at any time, as long as no one is holding it in their hand, you can detonate it. So if I'm holding it, I can't detonate it unless I throw it. Then I can throw it. And it's good because you can throw it off the edge of the map and you can still detonate it. So if I throw Lemmy here off the map, you can do them in the air, you can throw them on the ground. The bombs are like your biggest helpful thing. It's very helpful. Okay, so that's the basic like moveset of Link. You've got your normal, your tilts, you got your smashes, you got your specials, you know, the boomerang, the arrow, the bomb. Now let's go into aerials, okay? So aerials are attacks that you do while you're in the air, okay? And you have 4 of those as well. And also all of your specials will work in the air, just to let you know. For a Link at least. So you've got, for your aerials, your normal aerial, if you're just in the air and you just press the attack button without inputting in any direction at all, it's just this kick. It's a little kick. It doesn't launch very far. So if I throw him up, it doesn't launch very far. But it's really helpful because it's a good stunner. Because if someone is on the ground and they're about to charge an attack on you, if you're in the air and you just do this, it'll cancel that attack unless it's an attack with a Mega Armor, Super Armor, whatever it's called. It will cancel that attack, and because you land immediately, you can go straight, almost immediately into other attacks. You know. You also have what's your down aerial, which is this, where it's like a sword jab, and it jabs into the ground. You've got your your forward aerial, which is these 2 little sword swipes here, and then you got your back aerial, which is that, which is these 2 fast little kicks. And they are really helpful because the forward air, or fair, if you hear it in like competitive talks. I don't get why they call it fair. I think it's annoying. This does a lot of damage and has a lot of launching power. The back air is also really helpful because it's how fast it is. It's like instant. It doesn't take a second to delay. It's like bang. You go straight into it. You can also do that with your neutral air. If you go straight from jump to attack, you just do it. And also, if you are in the air and you're doing an aerial, if you double tap down while you're in the air while doing an attack, you will just descend. So you can do an aerial in the air, but then hit someone on the ground with it if you really wanted to. So like, there are certain things that you can get a bunch of combos to connect, and it does usually pretty well. And you can do so many different things with Link. There's so many things that you can learn with him. He's just a really overall really good character. There's 2 more things I want to talk about, and one of them is throws. Okay, so every character has a throw or a grab, and that's just your L button. I have it set up to be my L or my ZL because my shield. I've changed my controls. If you're used to the 3DS version of the game, I would do this. If you played Smash 3DS where you didn't have triggers, it takes some serious getting used to. So set your triggers, your right trigger, or your R, your ZR, or whatever it is, to your shield, and set your left or your ZL to your grab. Link's grab in this game is considerably different because it's not the hook shot that he used to have. It's now just a grab. He just pulls his hand and grabs you because he didn't have that in Breath of the Wild. This character is based. This version of Link is based more on Breath of the Wild. If you look at like his hair, you can see that his hair looks a lot like Breath of the Wild. I'm not using the Breath of the Wild suit or skin thing, whatever it's called, variation, color variation. I don't know. But the champion's tunic is the default for Link. And honestly, in this game, Link's grabs is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, in the entire game. It's quick, and you can go, if you miss, you can go almost right back to doing whatever if you need to. It's fast, and then you can hit if you grab. Okay, so if you grab somebody, they can escape if you don't do anything. And if you do grab them, you can press the attack button and hit them a few times, but they can escape from that too. you can and then you can launch them in 4 directions. You can do it down. You can do a forward. You can do it backward. And then you can do an up. All you have to do with that is you just need to input in the direction. If you're holding them, you can go up on the joystick, right on the joystick, left or down. And throws can get some pretty good combos. I was sort of messing around with it earlier and didn't really explain it. And that would be my final topic, which is combos. So, Link has some pretty beefy combos if you know how to use them properly and time them correctly. The bombs are one of the easiest things to do when you're trying to make sure no one lands on the edge, or no one lands from the edge. If you just throw your bomb off the edge and then detonate it right when they're about to hit it, it will launch them really far, especially if they're at a high percentage. And it could win you the game. Like it's one of your most valuable assets in this game. And so there are lots of good combos that Link has. For example, one of my favorites is a throw into an up throw to a jump, and then you jump, and then you do. So you jump forward, and then you do your back air like that. So you do forward jump, back air like that. But before you do that, you grab your opponent, you throw them straight up. I'm just gonna kill this guy real quick so I can get him to a lower health, because after a while certain things don't work as well or at all if they're at a higher percentage. So you have to kind of be aware of that and like prepare accordingly. So I'm gonna make him a little bit weak here. Okay, so that should be fine. So one of my favorites is a grab into an up throw, jump, back air, boomerang. If they jump, boomerang is perfect because if you do boomerang down, it will bounce off the stage here, and it will, hit them. It can bounce if they jump, because then they can get out of that. But if they don't jump, you can go into that, and then you don't have to necessarily do the boomerang. If you just do your neutral air and then descend, go straight into the descent like that. You can also do that with the like that, which is basically the exact same combo, but instead of me doing the boomerang, I just went straight into the forward spot, or the forward air. Sorry. So I can do that, and I can backflip and do that. But if I'm facing a specific direction, I can go up and then go straight into the back smash, and then if you want to, there's lots of different variations on this combo. There's like at least 2 or 3. I know that much. So I can go up into back air, into boomerang, into whichever one. I can do the up into back into ground into side tilt like that. I can do most of they go up into back and then they do something, and then you boomerang and then you do forward. And if they're high enough in the air and they're not moving very fast, you can hit them with the grab, do the up throw, and then go straight into your up air. And that thing clearly, it launches far, which makes life a lot easier for you. So you can do that. If they're weak, you can do a down throw into a bunch of up tilts. You can just spam the up tilt. Now it's kind of a dirty thing to do, and I just don't like using spam. Like, it actually makes me rage. So maybe I'll make like a rage compilation or something at some point, but I don't have any video of me raging. So Link is kind of a complex character to learn, but once you get the basics down, he's a really fun and fast and like well-balanced character to use. So that's why I personally use him in competitive things. I know people say that Young Link is better, and like honestly, I kind of agree, just because of how much faster Young Link is than regular Link. But personally, I think that Link has more range, and I think that Link is more efficient at close range. Because of that, because of the sword being almost twice the length of Link's sword and does around the same amount of damage. Maybe a little bit less, but I'd rather have range over damage, in my opinion. Because you have to be a lot more precise with Young Link to actually do really well. and most people are, and I feel like I'm pretty precise when it comes to this game. Sometimes I'm maybe not as much, like you just saw. Like you just saw again. But it's still a good way to practice. Is to literally just do what I'm trying to show you right now. Is just go into training, you know, and just try out combos. You know, that's one of the best things you can do. And you can also go in and you can just fight normal computers on lower levels. What I did when I first got Smash for the 3DS was I literally just went in and I started at level 1s. I fought level 1s until I could beat them on a regular basis. Then I switched to level 2, and then I fought those until I could beat them on a regular basis. Then I went to 3, 4, so on until 9. And like that's just how I practice if I'm not playing with other people. This game was basically designed to be played with other people. Like you get friends over, you know, whoever you want, you know. And it's pretty easy to just pick up and go, you know. It's a fun little it's a fast-paced, like there's 74 different characters that you can choose from. Freaking Snake is in this game. Solid Snake is in this game. I don't understand why, but he is, so. Yeah, anyway, so that is basically the basics of Link, and a couple of little combos and stuff here and there. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Comment to me maybe what your favorite character is, or if you use Link, or if you have any other questions for this specific character, be sure to ask me in the comments. You can follow me on Twitter or at Young Nerds, and you can ask us questions there, or me questions there. I'm hoping to make more character tutorials. This is kind of my first one, so it's kind of not very super well done so far. I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to work. If there's any specific games you would like to see played, be sure to let me know. I can look into those. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.